I've ever used these glasses. So I'm going to try not to turn too much. And here we go. Alright, so you can see I had just extra grease that squirted out. I threw it in there. There's 2 grease. Here, let me close this. It's okay, I have AC, guys. I hope these are working. Yeah, the green light's on, so let's go. Here, let me. Alright, so here we go. Give it a little juice here. Okay, so I'm going to show you this back pasture first. It's exactly what I said it is. It's give me a little more juice. It's, you know, it's just a pasture. So not exactly sure what I'll do with it. You know, it's going to be hard to make it into a hayfield, something like that. I'll probably use it for exactly that. I'll thin it out. Here's a tree. I let the boys saw up a little bit. He drove this thing pretty well too. He actually dragged that thing. But this is just, this isn't even that big. Kind of is what it is. The road is over that way. But this is a little rough back in here. But so there's a road right on the other side of that. You'll see it. There it is. And there's an old entrance. I could put a gate right there and whatever, but so all this on the other side is mine. There's about 20 acres of these woods. I probably shouldn't have even wasted video showing you guys this little pasture, but it's here, so I figured what the hell, and I was right by the shop. I hope I'm not like looking around too much. I was just in here. God, I just ran over a little log. But it is fenced and not too bad, you know. I mean, I've got to check all these fence rows, but this pasture goes into here. There's a little bit of a wet weather creek that runs through there. But they've got it on both sides. This isn't barbed wire here, it's just double stranded. So that's what this is over here. But the posts are there, you know. You could heat it up, I'm sure. It's already got a lot of insulators on here. These people kind of left this place in Shan. I'm not even going to attempt to open that gate. We're going to have to go back out the way we came. Sorry, I'll look down. I know that sun's probably glaring. I'll try to stay out of it, guys. Alright, so yeah, let's just go this way or whatever. So here's a whole nother pasture. These are just the small ones. I'm not going to go in there too far. But what you see is what you get. And then it opens up, and in some of these woods, that's the other side of that fence. So, you know, some of these woods are part of it also. These people had horses. Sorry for looking around so much. But here we go. So I'll take us this way. There's the house. It's got a few outbuildings on it. I'll keep those too. A lot of the stuff's going to get torn out though. Now underneath us, there is gravel. You know, you can skid around and it's still under there. So anyway, that goes all the way. I'll show you guys the barn in a little bit. But anyway, you come down here, and this fence, now this is all barbed wire here, so this is okay. Now that tall stuff you see, not this stuff right here. That's tall fescue. And when it goes to seed, it gives your cows a fever. Can't kill them if they eat too much of it, but you can manage the stuff as long as you cut it. So all this is going to be brush hog. As long as you cut this fescue before it goes to seed, it's totally fine. And you look underneath, I mean, I know it seems like I've hit a couple bumps, but this stuff is pretty smooth. So this gate's locked. I'm just going to get out and I'm going to get on top of here and kind of give you guys a bird's eye view. I'll turn that off too, what the hell. Oh God, I'm an old man. So, here we go. This is one of the ponds. Let me make sure these things are still, yes they are still recording. So here we go. My land goes up into those woods. I would say, I'm not even going to say, but quite a bit. There's a little gully, and I don't mean big, like, you know, there's a little gully, and then it goes back up, back in there, couple hundred feet at least, maybe 300 feet into that. And then this is a huge triangle. That's probably 20 acres in there. And these are all hardwoods. There's a little bit of that evergreen cedar is what it is. And those things are cool. Those things you can pull right out. So I figure I will, you know, I'll yank them all out, put a chain on them. You can just do it with a bucket too. And then that tree right there will stay because Irish Mike told me it's a fairy tree. Like, you ever see a fairy tree? It's a tree in the middle of a field. Like, hey, why is that tree there? He said you're cursed for life if you cut one of those down. So it's one tree in the middle of the field. I'm going to leave the thing for just in case. But anyway, so there's this, I guess, this here. There's a pond here. Then there's all this too. Excuse the sun. Then there's this whole pasture here. I'm hoping that's not in your glaring. But the whole way we just came down, there's all that. And then these are the small pastures. There's another nice piece across the road that I'm going to take you to real quick. And I hope that we're not running out of camera space or whatever the hell. It's going to be a challenge to upload all this stuff too. Look, guys, I have a nice little drink holder in my thing because I'm gay. But I like it. That's the way I get down, guys. Alright. Dun, dun, dun. Parking brake on. Okay, I'll show you this. Give me a little juice. Sorry about the sun. I'm kind of gonna... Here, I'll just look to the side. I'm sorry about that sun, guys. But that pasture, that could all be brush hogged off for sure. And then we'll start from there. I want to seed... Clover seems to grow. If you look underneath all that stuff, there's a ton of it, man. And especially in that pasture there, believe it or not, underneath that shit, there's a ton of clover. So, let me hurry up and get out of this sun. I should have did this before. So here's another pasture. Oh, that right there's a little dip in the field. Okay, get behind. Okay, now I hope you guys can see again. Okay, we're gonna go across this to over here. We give ourselves a little juice. Let's go. Alright, so there's this whole setup here too. Now again, below me is gravel. So there's another pond here. This is the one I was thinking about filling in. Cow Camp 87 and Sowers Cattle. Here's what's up with the barn situation. Under here, this is all gravel. It's that chicken gravel they call it here. You guys probably call it something else. But anyway, that's all up under here. I just kind of dug it up to see what was under there. Now this is a bigger grade gravel, but this hole right here is all that stuff. Here's the barn. I'll turn the lights on. If I can find the goddamn thing there, the gosh darn things. So here's the barn. Those doors do work. That's all got to come out. I don't know. She had some goats or something like that. And then there's this whole other pasture here. And this is actually not that big. I'm going to show you guys the side. So, you know, I could put maybe cattle working facility on this side, commodities on the other, or commodity right in it. But, you know, I'll figure it out. I'm definitely going to be taking some of your guys' advice on that stuff. So I'll show you from the top what this stuff looks like. These fences all are in decent shape. I mean, this one looks like it's got to be, you know, stretched or whatever this way. But that's this one. We were just right back there. And then there's all this. Now, I'm going to come back out of here. And I'll try to keep you guys out of the sun. I'll look sideways or something. Probably wreck into somebody or something. Okay. Well, not somebody. We're not in the city anymore, baby. Alright, so, here's the side. Look at this. Now that wall goes up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe working facility on this side. I'm not sure, but I know I can get a delivery in here for commodities and cattle. So I'm gonna hightail my butt out of here. So this thing, I could go anyway. So this is from me just kind of driving around on this thing. I wonder if I could go that way. I'm not gonna try. We'll just go the way I know I can go. So all the fencing, there's fencing all around those woods, like the property lines, and then all the open stuff, there's pretty decent fencing there. I was really happy to see that. So, alright, you guys are gonna get some sun again. I'm sorry. Trying not to make it too bad. Yeah, I just spread this gravel out. The boy actually did most of it. He did pretty good. You know, like icing a cake, basically. But there was, you know, all this gravel I just drove across, there was a huge pile of it right there. So, let me show you across the street. Look at my rearview mirror. I think we're okay. I own all this too. Now this is a pretty nice field over here. So I could probably, you can see I've been playing around a little bit. I pretty much just checked all my fencing around the whole place. And look, that's barbed wire. I think it's the 14 gauge or the smaller stuff, but it, you know, it's there. Now here, I'll turn you guys around so that sun's not in you. So here it is. It's I own all the way up to where you see that green. So that woods goes down and there's a little creek and then it comes back up. There is a pond over here. Let me adjust this because I don't want to rip off anything. That's kind of how I roll. Like, okay, there we go. Alright, so here's all this. I mean, and this is... I mean, I could bail sideways on this too, so they don't, like, you know, roll down the hill. And it's not even that big of a hill. It's definitely bailable. So right up here, where's that pond? Oh, it's over here. Ooh. So that was a little ridge, I guess. Probably try to watch out for that one. I hope you guys can see. So here is a little pond. You know, kind of is what it is. Whatever, there's frogs in there. So I would just rip out all this, you know, this cypress or whatever it is. And what it is, I mean, the people just didn't really use this, you know? I mean, and they had, like, you know, it's pasture land, but they never brush hogged anything, and that's when all these little trees start popping up. So there's coyotes like a mug around here, guys. They won't shut up at night. I mean, I don't know, for an hour or two they kind of, you know, talk a bunch of shit, and then after that they shut up. But woo! That is a hole, and I'm glad I saw it. That's not even that big of a hole. I'm kind of a pussy, I guess. So anyway, here we go. I'll just take you over here. And this is all fenced. It's fenced in pretty well. Now this is the neighbor's pasture. This guy owns thousands of acres, I guess. But anyway, that's what I want mine to look like. Looks okay. Alright, we are still recording. So here's kind of, I'm just going to cut through this field here. Put my bucket down so I don't go nuts. Little bumpy, but, you know, I mean, all in all, it's not too bad. It's got to be brush hogged pretty bad, you know. I mean, it's got a dip here and there or whatever, but whatever. So that's about it as far as what the land looks like. You guys tell me what you think. And like I said, I know it's not a ton, but it's a start. That's about it. I'm going to, and I probably said that about 5 million times, but whatever. I probably said that a bunch of times too. Anyway, so this is, and if you look at those fences, guys, like, look at that. That's, I mean, it's there, you know. There's gates everywhere. I mean, now in front over here, this has all got to be cleaned up. So look, there's a gate right here too that I could get a driveway in to go down there and, you know, maybe get a semi in there. Or you could come around the way we just came. So all this stuff has to be cleaned up over there. Just kind of looks like whatever, you know. Look at that crap. Yeah, I'm ripping all that out. So I could also get a semi in here too. I'd probably have to, he can make it. You know, probably have to come wide and just make that a little bit wider of a turn. Take out those couple trees. And that's about it. So, alright guys. Yeah, the boy was doing a little target practice. He's aiming low. So, alright, that's a wrap on that video. Alright, comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to, guys.